This is the shift tower. It is also the cover for the transmission. There is a vent for the transmission and rear axle. Make sure it is clean. It also acts as a housing for the shifter assembly. It is also the base for the steering column and houses the shifter quadrant. This is a busy piece. These are all the shifter parts in order of assembly. We're going to show you how to assemble it. Now I begin to assemble the gear shift lever. You start with the ball, then the ball socket, then the seal. He's quick. Then the ball socket cover, washer, spring, washer, and snap ring.
I bet he's not as quick with this. Assistance from the cameraman here. Don't leave me hanging. Due to technical difficulties, we will come back to the show at another time.
Now I will install the gear shift assembly. Get this, cock it to the side, and
better do it more than that.
yeah.
Somebody forgot something.
Gasket. Put that on before.
I'm a good helper. I got the right nut. Oh, that's a bolt. Maybe I'm not such a good helper. I don't know. Am I in your way? Huh? Let you tighten these up and we'll come back in a little bit.
We're back. We installed the bolts and assembled some lock wire.
All right. That was a fabulous lock wire job. Thank you very much. I'm very happy with that.
You're welcome.
Like you did it. All right, we're going to put it on the transmission case. All right. All you got to do, make sure these are all in a line. Don't worry about this guy. As long as it's on one side or the other, that's all that matters. So he's going to line it up there, and we're going to have the secret agent cam here watch as it goes in from the bottom. Notice how he expertly guides it into the pocket there. That is fabulous. All right. You got some bolts to put in this thing? We'll thread a few bolts so it don't get away from us. Bolt threading. I know you guys are just tuning in just to watch us thread these bolts into this case. Alright, so we'll get this all snugged up and we'll see if the thing shifts or not. We'll be back. Well, we got the gear shift tower all rebuilt and installed by Paul. So we was messing around making sure it shifted in all the gears, and then we found out that this gear shift will, if it doesn't have the quadrant on it, go on past where it, overthrows the gear, and then it just goes plunk and falls over dead. So, yeah. We had to figure that out from back here with a big long screwdriver, and we decided that we're not going to shift it no more until it's got a quadrant on it, right?
Right.
All right. So we're not going to play with it no more.
Nope.
No. But it's a really fun toy, right?
Yes.
But anyway. We're working on the rear axle housing on this B right now, trying to get it cleaned up. And the former owner left us a few surprises, very similar to this one. You notice the bolts got a hole drilled in it, and you can see where they've tried to use an easy out, which I don't know. I've never had any use. The other thing I've done with an easy out is break it off in the hole and cost me a lot more effort. So far, there was a bolt broke off in these two holes and this one. So far, I used the welded nut onto the broken part of the stud, and we've been successful 3 times. Of course, I left the hardest one for the last, with the hole drilled into it, and it's all cattywampus and everything. So I'm going to attempt to remove this one by welding a nut on there, like this one. Getting my MIG welder and going down that hole and try to get a good good, more or less a puddle of hot molten metal on that stud to make it a connection, and then fill the center of the nut, and then we'll get old pitter pat here to try to get it out. So, wish me luck. I don't think these are very good welding gloves. We'll wait a few minutes and let that heat I generated kind of go into the stud, and then let it cool off, and that'll expand that stud. And then as it cools off, sometimes it breaks the bond between the... Alright, let's see what happens. Nothing. Fail. All right. Of course, you screw the one up that you did on camera. You think we got it hot enough? Sometimes you hit them with a hammer, kind of jars it, or maybe it kind of tells the broken bolt that you mean business. I don't know. Maybe it scares it out. Let's see what happens. Can't tell if it's coming out or if it's just messing with me. Oh yeah. Not every job on restoring a tractor is, let's say, glamorous. I mean, for instance, this axle tube. Somebody got really excited about this grease fitting that goes right here. This is what we've taken out of it so far. And globs like this. after another, after another. And the casting inside there is not as smooth as some of the nice outside castings. It's very, very sharp in there where they knock the casting sand out. And there's some pretty sharp crags and stuff in there, so we'll have to be careful. But I think I got it as far as I can go from this end. Obviously my arm is too fat to get in there the rest of the way, so I guess we'll have to dig from the other way because there's still plenty more. That'll do it for recommended by Fred channel today. Next time we'll probably be digging into the rear axle housing, the big bull gears and the housing that goes across, and some axle shafts. So stay tuned. We'll be back. Somebody forgot something. Gas. Oh yeah.